Sports South.
Welcome back, Tennessee. Of course, being let out onto the floor by Smokey tonight here in Knoxville. The Volunteers' most recent game was last Friday when they upended Villanova by 10 in the NIS coaches in school history, as well, Bill, as Sun Belt history.
Absolutely, averaging over 17 wins a season since he's been there, and a lot of success in the tournament.
Your starters for Tennessee: Melvin Goins, the senior in the backcourt. At point, Scotty Hobson and Cameron Tatum will be back there with him. And up front, 6'7" Tobias Harris, 6'10" Brian Williams. As the Volunteers go with two seniors, they go with two juniors and a freshman. Bruce Pearl in his sixth season as Tennessee's head coach. An amazing 131 wins and 46 losses. And Bill, a lot of people don't realize this, but the NIT preseason championship was his first tournament win here in Knoxville.
First tournament win at Tennessee, and let me tell you this, that's a big win. When you win a tournament at Madison Square Garden, Media Center, the eyes of the nation are focused on that. Believe me, everybody knows now that this is a Tennessee team that's to be reckoned with. They have a chance to be a very special team.
Of course, Villanova, number 7 team in the country, made the Final Four a year ago. They're just an outstanding team, but Tennessee pretty much handled it.
And Jay Wright had nothing but good things to say about Coach Pearl and this Tennessee team, the coach of Villanova.
Volunteers have won 8 straight in the series with the Blue Raiders. They pretty much beat them a couple of years ago here badly. It'll be Williams jumping up. Harris controls the tip, and Tennessee's got the basketball to get things underway. Middle dressed in their road blue. Here's Goins, fakes a 3. And Middle Tennessee, pretty good defensive team. In fact, the tail of the tape before the game started shows you that statistically these two teams are pretty much even.
Tennessee settling for the perimeter. And there it is. That'll make that defense come out a little bit and join up on the shooters outside.
Scotty Hobson puts Tennessee up 3-0, and everybody in Thompson Bowling can now sit down comfortably.
Early sit down.
Right. Middle Tennessee with the basketball. Washington in the far right corner. He's guarded by Goins.
Goins is Tennessee's best on-ball defender, certainly as a perimeter player. An excellent defensive player. He will be close to 15 all night tonight.
Washington takes the pass in the backcourt from Trevor Otley, right side. This is Middle Tennessee missing the shot. Brian Williams with a rebound.
And right there, forcing Washington to give up the ball. Emmanuel taking a shot a little bit off balance.
Tobias Harris had his shot blocked out of bounds by J.T. Sultan to Tatum. They go down low to Williams. No call, and he gets the roll. 5-0 Tennessee with a lead.
Little acting job by the post player there, and when you do that, you give up the basket. If you don't get that call, it's free to the basket, and Brian Williams took advantage of it.
They hit the floor pretty hard, but no call. 5-0 Tennessee with the lead. Rod Emanuel with it out front. James Washington, he'll put up a 3 off that left hand, spins in and out of it. Hobson rebound.
They definitely need him to be on as a shooter tonight. His percentages have been spectacular so far, almost 50% from three-point range.
Hobson bounced it off his foot. Tennessee gets the ball quickly up the floor, blocked out of bounds by Goins. Tremendous recovery by Melvin Goins.
Great retreat, got a hand in there and broke up what would have been an easy basket for Middle Tennessee State. Good job by Melvin Goins.
Washington will inbounds now with 18:02 to go, first half. Tennessee leading at 5-0. Middle looking for his first points. Emmanuel off the pick. Flips it back to Jason Jones. Around the horn it goes to Washington, left wing. 20 on the shot clock. They go down low inside. It's stripped away, and it goes out of bounds, but it will belong again to Middle Tennessee with 17 on the shot clock.
Tennessee on defense did a good job of switching off on the ball when they can. At that time they had a little disadvantage because they had Williams on Washington. That's a little size disadvantage for Tennessee in quickness.
Jones had it knocked out of his hands by Goins. Into the hands of Tobias Harris. Tennessee forces the turnover.
Talked about in the open there where Tobias Harris is perfectly comfortable bringing the ball down the floor. He will look for the point guard. If it's not there, he can bring it down himself.
Goins for 3. Off no good. Rebounded by J.T. Sultan. Here comes Middle Tennessee. Sultan, travel. thought about a three, took a step as he made a move to the basket. So another turnover, and Tennessee gets it back.
A lot of times you take that jab step and you shuffle the shoes when you pick up the pivot foot and take it to the other side.
Goins into the front court now for Tennessee. Vols lead at 5-0. Almost 3 minutes into the game. Hobson fires another three. That one's off to the left and into the hands of Middle Tennessee. Trevor Otley gets the rebound.
One of the things Scotty has been doing better lately is not settling for the perimeter shot, getting more looks going to the basket. That way he can either finish at the rim or draw the foul.
Harris, and the shot is going to count. And the foul. Tobias Harris with a nice move to the basket, and I actually thought he had given up his dribble a little too quickly, but he got the shot to go in.
And versatility that we talked about. You'll see him when he gets the rebound. He doesn't look out. He brings it himself, centers it up, makes an outside fake to Scotty Hobson and draws the foul and gets the bucket.
Foul was on Jason Jones of Middle Tennessee, so with the Volunteers up 7-0. Harris, who is averaging just under 16 points per game, converts the three-point play.
And again, we talked about it in the open. He was the first player on the floor. The first thing he did, repetitive free throw shooting. He worked seriously probably for 30 minutes before anybody else was even out here today.
Middle Tennessee is 0 for 3 from the floor. They've committed 2 turnovers in the game's first 3.5 minutes. Washington guarded by Trey Golden is in the game now. In the corner, Jones flips it back to Washington with a long three. It's there. Middle Tennessee's on the board. 3 points for James Washington.
That is in the gym range right there. The Tennessee fans who are watching, that's Chris Lofton range right there. That's a true shooter.
Golden had it blocked. Picked up by Washington, who's going to take it all the way and gets the layup. He's got 5, and it's an 8-5 game.
Good quickness, good shooter. He's really a fine player, an experienced player. He was a junior college player before he came to Middle Tennessee.
Trey Golden works it around to the left side, flips it back to Harris. Right side it comes to Tatum, who will launch a three. Off the back, no good. Rebounded by Middle Tennessee. The Raiders are getting on the boards pretty well.
And they're using a zone defense there sometimes down the floor to see that Tennessee is not able to penetrate and get to the rim. One of the things Coach Pearl said when I talked to him before the game tonight was, everybody on this team, everybody in the substitution group played well against Villanova, and that's why they were able to win that game against that team, and he's concerned they do it again tonight.
Washington now has all 8 Middle Tennessee points, and we're tied at 8. Shows you how quickly the three-point shot can knot a game up there.
Such an evener, and Tennessee again turns the ball over and lets them score in transition. This is a really athletic Middle Tennessee team. Tennessee needs to be aware that these guys can really get up and down the floor. Athletically, they're just as good as Tennessee probably.
10 straight points for Middle Tennessee as the Raiders are on a 10-0 run. They lead it by 2. Harris flips it back to Trey Golden. Right side, Tatum thought about a three, passes it up, down low. Williams misses the shot, but he's fouled. And Brian Williams will get 2 shots, but not before we take a timeout. 14:41 to go. First half, James Washington has all 8 points for Middle Tennessee. We're tied. 0 for 3 from the floor. Since then, they're 4 out of 4 and have a 2-point lead. And mainly, Bill, because of this guy, James Washington. And the second one also good. 2 for 2 for Williams, and we're tied again at 10. Here's going to put some heat on in the backcourt. Rod Emanuel will bring it into the front court now.
One of the things that press can do is keep it out of Washington's hands to begin with and make him work a little bit in the half court to get open to get the basketball.
Charles in the game now for Middle Tennessee. He drives the baseline and stepped on the baseline, actually traveled here in the first half. And
a good defensive job on that end of the floor that time by Stephen Pearl, who kind of wouldn't give him anything, gave up no inches there and forced him out of bounds.
Ronaldo Woolridge in the game now for Tennessee. The zone has really given Tennessee some problems, but this can bring them out of it real quick.
Absolutely. Tennessee on the season has not shot the 3-ball well. That's one of the things that they have not done well. They need to do it better. They're a little more patient in the half court than they have been in the past, but they need the perimeter shot to go down.
Foul is on Melvin Goins. That's his first. It's a game of streaks thus far. Tennessee had Washington working against Goins. Right side to Trevor Charles. Goins has it left wing against, Washington has it against Goins. Emmanuel off the pick. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Kyle Hunt in the game now for Middle Tennessee. 10 seconds. Hunt all the way off the left hand. No good. Good defense, Tennessee. Woolridge with a rebound. And a pushing foul against James Washington. A little Pearl in the game for Tennessee will inbound it to Skylar McBee, who's also in for the first time.
Skylar McBee with another one of those huge three-pointers in the finals of the NIT against Villanova last week.
Here's McBee, open from out front, missed it. And Goins got the rebound away from Washington. He puts it up and no good. Tip no good. Followed by Fields. Rebounded by Goins, and Tennessee brings it out. They'll reset it. And a nice hand for the effort on the offensive glass for Tennessee.
Get another possession, reset, come back, set the offense back up, get it back in flow.
Stephen Pearl working against Rod Emanuel. Puts it on the floor, drops it to McBee. Back to Woolridge. Tennessee down to 8 on the shot clock. Here's Goins. 5 on the shot clock. Goins dribbling, and it knocked out of his hands. It'll go out of bounds with 2 seconds on the shot clock, but it 12:15 to go first half. Middle Tennessee trailing by 3. The Raiders have the basketball. Jimmy Odom in the game. Both teams will play a lot of players. Ballman from out front. Missed the 3. Charles gets the rebound. Flips it inside, knocked away and stole it. Tennessee gets it back. Charles probably should have just put it up.
Tried to go big to big inside, and sometimes your big guys are not that good at passing and catching in there. You're right, Randy. Had the shot, should have taken it.
McBee to Pearl in the corner. Here's Tatum. In and out. Tipno up and in by Fields. And Tennessee's lead is 5.
Very good handling of the ball. 3 or 4 guys handled it that time down. Stephen Pearl made a nice pass. Good pass to the corner. Good rebound and put it back by Fields.
And knocked out of bounds by Middle Tennessee. Odom bounced the ball off his foot. Charles then kicked it out of bounds. Timeout with 11:19 to go first half. Tennessee leading at 15-10. The Volunteers get the ball when we come back. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Wendy's. You know when it's real. I got to feel sorry for one of these guys. I hope that wasn't his girlfriend sitting behind him, but you know they do the kiss thing where they show you on the big screen here, and she refused to kiss the guy. I don't know if she just didn't know him or what, but
we had a few refusals there.
Yeah, that's not good, folks.
Yeah, usually the people are more than happy to get on screen, and now we're catching up a little bit.
Back to the game. 11:17 to go first half. Tennessee's got the ball up 15-10. As we told you, it's been a game of runs or streaks thus far. Tatum off balance shot, no good. Rebounded by Goins. Lamp is there. 17-10.
Goins' quickness has allowed Tennessee to repossess 3 times now, so he's doing a good job on the offensive end of the floor, getting the ball back for Tennessee.
James Washington guarded by Goins out front. Flips it to Gallman. Down low to Otley. Knocked away, and it's on the line out of bounds. Another turnover. And that's 6 turnovers for Middle Tennessee in the first 9 minutes and 15 seconds of the game.
One of Tennessee's strengths, Randy, is that half-court defense this year. They've got such length and such size down there that when they spread out, there's just not a lot of wood to operate on. So they, instead of full-court pressure, they've got half-court pressure.
3 turnovers in 3 straight possessions for the Blue Raiders. Tennessee with a 7-point lead. Skylar McBee out front drops it off to Goins. Baseline drive by Tatum, and he's hammered going in. And the foul will be against Rod Emanuel. It's his first. 4th team foul on Coach Kermit Davis's team. Tatum misses the free throw. Good. 1 out of 2 for Tatum. And it's an 18-10 lead. Tennessee's on its second big run of the game. And away from the basketball, a foul. And it's against Goins, I believe. Yes, it is. That's his second foul.
Spent their best when he's been at his top of his game. A really important player for Tennessee this year.
Trey Golden called for a foul. You know, I really can't say much because I'm telling you something. We got some big-time officials in this game. Tom Eads and Gary Maxwell have been to some Final Fours, and then John Hampton's a good young official.
Yeah,
so
we decided last game, Randy, we have hard enough time handling our own business.
That's right.
We'll let them blow the whistle.
There's a makeup. Offensive foul. The foul will be against Jones.
You can see both teams kind of shaking their heads on those calls. And what happens, Randy, in a game like this, the pace is set, the tone is set by the officials, and the players will adapt, and they'll get smoother as the play goes on.
Sean Jones gets the personal foul, his first, team's 5th. So the Volunteers with an 8-point lead get the ball back in the front court. Hobson's in there. Trey Golden now running the point for Tennessee. Hobson works off the pick in the corner. Tatum guarded heavily by Emmanuel. Skip pass. Tatum's open again. This time he rips a 3.
Good eye by Trey Golden. That skip pass, as you called it, catches the defense before they can get back. One thing that's a truism in basketball, a pass is faster than a player. If you make a good pass, it will beat the defender there. The ball will beat the defender there.
Dahlman out front. Emmanuel from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Jones, who puts it up against Harris, and Harris got him with the body.
So they've got 2 or 3 guys that have shot the most of them and made them all.
Jones, however, misses both. And Tennessee gets the ball back. 9:20 to go, first half. Hobson, left side. Tobias Harris works against Middle Tennessee's Kyle Hunt. Ryan Williams. Trey Golden has it out front. Tennessee's got the shot clock down to 8. Harris knocked away. 3 seconds. Golden for 3. No good. Emmanuel with a rebound. That was a good job defensively by the Blue Raiders.
Very good. Like I say, they are athletic.
Hunt, no basket. Offensive foul on Kyle Hunt. That's his first. And the Blue Raiders' 8th team foul.
Here we see the drive down the lane. Good position by Brian Williams. Hands up, didn't bring him down. If you bring him down, you'll get that call on you. But he was positioned and drew the charge. Came out from under the basket out of that dead zone and was able to challenge.
Trey Golden, right side Harris. The zone for Tennessee has really given Tennessee some problems getting their inside game going. Harris for 3. My goodness. How smooth is he?
That's the package right there, I tell you. He really is a mature player for a freshman. Just he takes what you give him, doesn't force anything. Outstanding player, a lot of poise.
This is a 30-second timeout as Tennessee is now on a 16-0 run.
Here we see that beautiful cross-court pass. Look at the feet, so squared up, shoulders balanced, elbow in, perfect technique. Tatum is over 40% from the three-point line. That's why his technique is good. He's worked on repetitive shooting. Good outside shooter for Tennessee.
The Blue Raiders are not playing that badly, and they're playing great defense. However, when you go to a 2-3 zone and you're going to give up a lot of threes, and when the other team's hitting them, you've got to make a change, and we may see Kermit Davis make that right now.
Well, and the other thing, too, is when you're in a zone defense, you don't have any personal responsibility for blockout. But Tennessee's had several second chances. Like I mentioned a while ago, Melvin Goins has retrieved the ball 2 or 3 times for Tennessee on the offensive end.
10-8, they've not scored a point in over 6.5 minutes. Jason Jones. Tennessee's man-to-man has been tough. James Washington with it out front now. Just over 8 minutes to go first half. Jones, there's a double team. He tried to feed it in the middle. Tennessee stole it away. Volunteers 3-on-3. Golden missed the layup. but they're going to call goaltending against Middle Tennessee and give him the 2 points. And with that, we'll take a timeout. 7:49 to go first half. The Volunteers are on a big run. 18-0, as a matter of fact, and we'll be back after this. Tennessee with a big lead, 26-10. They trailed it 10-8, 8 minutes ago.
3-point shots for Tennessee have been a key. You see Scotty Hobson making a couple there. The great pass across to Cameron Tatum in the right-hand corner. Tennessee has scored, 12 or 15 from the outside, and there's Tobias Harris. Awful tough to guard that. Those guys making those three-pointers are 6'5", 6'6", and 6'9", and that's tough for the defense to get on and get a hand up in their face.
Blue Raiders are 2 out of 4 from behind the arc. Tennessee 4 of 10, but Middle has turned the ball over. 6 of their last 7 possessions. They haven't scored a point in over 8 minutes. Manuel. And a foul against Middle Tennessee. Away from 7:30 to go first half. Tennessee with a comfortable 16-point lead. Boy, they've done it all in the last 8-minute stretch. Here's Brian Williams. Out front. Golden rips a 3. Trey Golden. His first points of the game.
Trey with a little body English there to get that one to go. And he was wishing that one in, giving a little help there with the body English.
Man, I like this Tennessee basketball team, Bill. I tell you, they're just so complete. Inside, Middle Tennessee goes for the layup by Sultan.
Tennessee's got a lot of pieces. They've got 12, and when Mayman comes in, they'll have 13. You know, you only have 200 minutes that you got to split up, and they're still trying to figure out what that rotation will be. But so far, anybody they put in has played pretty well.
Breaks a long scoring drought. 9 minutes plus. Out of the corner. Hobson makes it look easy, doesn't it?
I like to see Scotty Hobson get confidence and consistency in the three-pointer. Actually, his percentage has not been that good so far this year, but if he can get that up into the 35, 38, 40% range, this is going to be one tough team to guard.
Rod Emanuel, left side, Washington fakes with it, puts it on the floor. Emanuel with a fake. Off the glass and in. Nice shot by Rod Emanuel.
There's that athleticism we talked about. A great penetration by Washington. His shot was blocked by nice, or his path was blocked by nice pass to Emanuel with an athletic move.
6 minutes to go first half. Stephen Pearl. Skylar McBee. Well, they're still in the zone. Hobson's open.
I tell you, Scotty's going to shoot them out of it, and they're going to call a timeout. I can tell you, MTSU's main defense is man-to-man. They do a great job of help on the man-to-man. But tonight, I think they just feel like inside, and with the quickness Tennessee has, they're better in the zone. I think he may change his mind. They're just attacking it too well.
Tennessee's hit 5 in a row. Trey Golden gets the open look 3 right here. Well, look how open they are.
Good pass
it's just unbelievable.
out. Yeah, and a good pass out because of the double team on Brian Williams, and he sees the shooter lined up and ready to go. But B now with the pass, and Stephen Pearl, as he always does, looking for the shooter, finds him in the corner, Scotty Hobson.
Scotty's hit 4 out of 5 from the floor, has 12 points, all of his points coming on three-pointers.
And I know Tennessee staff loves to see that. That's the part of his game that he's built his reputation on, a great outside shooter. If forces people to come out and guard him, it's going to free up his path to the rim, and he's a great finisher.
Tennessee's lead 35-14. They were down 10-8 about 10 minutes ago.
Credit it to Tennessee's effort and their toughness on the defensive end. The middle of Tennessee is just having a hard time getting open shots and good looks.
In the game now for Middle Tennessee, James Gallman. Down on the block, it goes to Trevor Otley off the left hand, partially blocked and taken away by John Fields. Boy, Middle just cannot get a good look at the basket.
Exactly, everywhere they go, they see a hand up or a body blocking the path. Tennessee's half-court defense is really making a difference.
And they try basket made. No, the foul was on Pearl. I was going to say they're going to disallow it, and that would have been their second one disallowed, but they called the foul on Pearl, and Gallman gets a chance at a three-point play.
They called the block on Pearl, and the young man at the free throw line, James Gallman, is a Knoxville young man at Fulton High School. Champions a couple years ago in my alma mater. Home with some really great athletes. Ron Whitby, most recently probably Dennis Rogan, a football player at Tennessee, D.D. Lewis, Hall of Famers and Super Bowl ring owners at Fulton High School, north of our fair city, just giving them a little heads up and a tip of the hat.
And as you should. McBee, right side, it comes, Fields, block, hops at one, move to the basket. No basket. Now there's the charge. They're going to nullify the basket. And the foul's on Scotty Hobson. It'll be his first.
Now here you see where he gets the ball and he just spins to the basket and Gallman's underneath, and there again, you know, that's a 50-50 heads or tails. Tennessee thinks it's a bad one and Middle Tennessee thinks it's a good one. It'll look like he may have been moving a little bit.
Middle Tennessee with a little bit of a run here. We've got Sultan in the game. Right side Washington has cooled off considerably since his big streak. Jason Jones backs out, puts up a three, up and off, no good. Pearl with the rebound. Trey Golden inside, Fields with a jam. And he's fouled.
That's just great sharing of the basketball. Trey Golden sees an opening in the corner to Cameron Tatum, who goes to the rim, gets picked up by the defender, gives it up to John Fields for the dunk, and he gets a free throw.
We'll take a timeout. 3:59 to go. First half, Tennessee's lead is 20 over Middle Tennessee. We'll be back.
Our huge service area means faster service for you. Come see us downtown at the Mountain View Nissan Supercenter, where the advantage is always yours.
Well, Coach Bruce Pearl, since we last talked to you here a couple of weeks ago, suspended by the SEC for the first 8 league games of the year, but that hasn't deterred his coaching emotional stability, has it? He's really, really coaching hard.
You know, and I'll say this. I watched them play Villanova in the finals of the NIT, and it's not like Coach Bruce Pearl is not always animated, but there was just something extra in New York. You can tell that he wants this team to do well, and he wants to be a part of it, and he wants them to win, and he's taking it on himself to take advantage of this time to teach all he can going into the SEC tournament. It's almost like he's on a mission now to be better than ever.
John Fields at the free throw line for the Volunteers, trying to convert the three-point play. He missed it. Rebounded by Washington. Here comes Middle Tennessee. Washington with the left hand. Fields has his second shot block of the game.
I'll tell you what, where once there was only rim, suddenly there's only John Fields. He goes up and timing.
Volunteers have hit their last 6 field goals. They lead it by 20. 3:46 to go first half. Skylar McBee works against Gallman. Tatum. Out front, Tennessee being very deliberate, down to 13 now on the shot clock. Tatum for 3. Off to the left, no good, and the rebound goes to Middle Tennessee. Tennessee had a hand on it, but Fields was also lying out of bounds.
Great hustle by John Fields trying to grab that one and let Tennessee repossess.
Well, what a great role player he is. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago in their opener with UT Chattanooga. I like this guy coming off the bench.
Very agile, good, runs well, blocks shots, rebounds well. Doesn't look to score, but looks to get other people involved. Great defensive play by Stephen Pearl, doing what he does best.
And Pearl, Trey Golden almost blew one right there. He tried to go behind the back to Tatum. Tatum wasn't ready for it.
A little, no time for showtime there.
Pearl had it stolen away. Gallman gets it back. Here's Jason Jones, blocked out of bounds. Belongs to Middle Tennessee again. But again, a great play by Tennessee.
Great defensive play by Tatum, taking the lane away, blocking the shot. I mean, this is really an athletic move right here. Watch him go up and catch that with the left arm as he went by the driver.
Kyle Hunt in the game now for Middle Tennessee. Goes down on the block to Trevor Otley. Muscles it up, no good. Williams with the rebound. Cameron Tatum. And a reach-in foul.
From the floor to the ceiling, which is a couple miles up, and felt like we were good to go, and there's no water coming down, so got a clearance.
6 points for Tatum. Tennessee's lead is 22 again. Their longest lead of the game, or the biggest lead, we might say. Otley down low, spinning away off the left hand. Nice move, shot won't go, and Williams with a rebound.
Middle Tennessee working hard to get the ball in there. They're doing some good things to get it in there. Tennessee just got a lot of hands up.
Tobias Harris with 8 points for Tennessee, and the Volunteers lead now 24, 41-17. Otley knocked out of bounds by Tatum.
Boy, they reset. Those things work on a team mentally. Those are good deflections on Tennessee's part or any defender's part.
Missed it. Rebounded by Brian Williams, who's got a bushel of rebounds. 4, and all of them on the defensive glass. Tobias Harris out front for Middle Tennessee and for Tennessee, and a steal. Rod Emanuel going to have to beat Tatum, and he doesn't beat it. Out of bounds it goes. It'll belong to the Blue Raiders with Tennessee with a 23-point lead. Kyle Hunt gets it. In the lane, blocked by Williams, but a foul. 41-20. McBee brings it across the timeline against Washington now for Tennessee. And a holding foul. It'll be against Middle Tennessee, and it'll be got by Scotty Hobson. Rip, he hit it. 2 out of 2. Hobson's got 14. Leads all scores.
His average in the first half. Big half by Scotty.
Emanuel, left side Washington. Off the pick, he'll fire a long 3. It's off, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee. Hobson picks it up, brings it into the front court now with 45 seconds to go. Middle Tennessee knocked it loose and picked up the basketball. Tennessee got it back. Hunt couldn't control it, had it 3-on-1. Tatum, the lob. Williams missed it. Harris. No good. Boy, it rolled off of there. Williams again. He's fouled this time, and Williams will get 2 shots. My goodness.
A lot of tries for Tennessee down there. Somebody's got to put it in with a little more force there, but really good action underneath.
Fouls on Kyle Hunt.
We see the lob pass, and Brian just doesn't get up there good enough. Harris has it roll all around the rim. Took a look at it, but wouldn't fall, and finally draws the foul, Brian Williams.
And that one's an air ball. Downs in game. Missed a pair. Rebounded by Middle Tennessee. Sean Jones comes out of there with the ball. Manuel now with 15 seconds. Washington out front. Boy, they like to get a big 3 here and cut it to 20. Open for 3. Yes, it's there. J.T. Sultan nails a big 3. 3 seconds left. McBee from 40. Oh, he got it. Oh, my. The bank is open.
A smash shot. Randy, you called the three-pointer at the other end, and they come back and get it right back. Skylar McBee with the three-pointer. You know, he's one of those guys that when he shoots a 3, the crowd anticipates the make. He's done it against Kansas. He's done it against Villanova. And now the halftime smash shot.
15 of the last 18 field goals. Tennessee hit them. Hobson and Harris, it was their show in the first half as Tennessee has a big lead at intermission. And we'll be back with our halftime activities at Thompson Bowling Arena right after this. We're back here at Thompson Bowling Arena, Knoxville, Tennessee. The Volunteers, fresh off that preseason NIT championship with a comfortable 23-point lead. Randy Smith, Bill Justice here courtside. And Bill, Tennessee doubled him up. I don't think there's any chance of a letdown after the preseason NIT win.
And we led in with Coach Pearl talking about how all the players played well in New York, and that's what allowed them to beat the number 7 team in the country. And I think they've picked right up where they left off. Everybody is performing well for Tennessee tonight.
The stats of the first half pretty much tell it. I mean, you can look at the score. Tennessee by 23. They're shooting better from the field by almost 20%. They've hit more three-pointers, 8 out of 15, though the Blue Raiders are hitting 50%. They just haven't gotten any looks. Free throws, big advantage Tennessee. Big advantage in rebounds. They have out-rebounded the Blue Raiders 19-12. Turnover, too, is key.
Tennessee has Middle Tennessee a little bit stressed on offense because their half-court defense is so good. It's like they're sharing a smile. Their defense is so tight, and Middle Tennessee has not been able to get good looks and get good shots. A lot of times Tennessee gets that. They're back in transition, and inside they're drawing fouls.
Tennessee with a 23-point lead here at halftime. Stay with us. We'll be back to revisit that NIT championship win in New York right after this. Tennessee is doubled up, Middle Tennessee, 46-23 here at halftime. Randy Smith, Bill Justice with you courtside here at Thompson Bowling Arena as Tennessee came in celebrating, of course, their first ever tournament championship of any kind under Coach Bruce Pearl, that being the NIT preseason tournament up in New York. And they came away with a really good performance against Virginia Commonwealth and equaled it or even bettered it against Villanova in the finals.
Yeah, and these are just some examples here. Beautiful drive there. Here you'll get a pass to Skylar McBee, the three-pointer that we were talking about earlier. Now you watch Tobias Harris, who, of course, he's at home in New York. A beautiful step through, lays it over the front of the rim. And you're going to see a pass from from Cameron Tatum to Scotty on the dunk for Tobias Harris. You'll see a couple of great moves here from Scotty, a floater in the lane that he puts over the front of the rim for the basket. Nice soft touch. And again, comes down with a drifter in the middle. Tennessee with a complete game. Coach Pearl very happy with the performance by all of his Vols, and they get the championship hardware to take home to Knoxville.
Tennessee 5-0 going into tonight's game with Middle Tennessee after the championship game win over Villanova. And they're 20 points away as Hobson, the MVP. There's Les Robinson, veteran coach of the Citadel and North Carolina State, by the way, on the side. Tennessee is the second SEC team to win that tournament. Florida won it once. They defeated Belmont, Missouri State, VCU, and Villanova in the championship. And as we mentioned, that's Coach Pearl's first tourney championship of any kind at Tennessee. His team is in pretty good shape right now. They lead it by 23 at halftime over Middle Tennessee. It was a first half of streaks. We'll be back to talk about that in just a moment. Tennessee's back out on the floor as they have a 46-23 lead over Middle Tennessee at halftime. And let's take a look at some of the highlights of that first half. And Bill, I tell you, Tennessee just played almost flawlessly on both ends of the floor.
They really did. They've kept that momentum coming from New York and coming in. You see the middle. Right, these were their first 3 baskets, and Washington made 2 nice threes and a beautiful scoop move inside. Then Tennessee took over. There's a Cloud Gatherer three-pointer. The drifter by Harris. The dunk by Fields. Tennessee is just on a roll, and they didn't stop it. Coming down now, you see the pass off. This one from Stephen Pearl starts it down. And the long-range three-pointer off the backboard to end the first half by Skylar McBee for Tennessee.
And that gives Tennessee a 23-point lead at halftime. You stay with us. We'll be back with the start of the second half from Knoxville right after this. All orange in the first half. Tennessee with a 23-point lead here at intermission. We're almost set to get the second half underway. Randy Smith, Bill Justice with you courtside at Thompson Bowling Arena. Here are your leading scorers. Scotty Hobson with 14 points. He had 2 free throws and hit 4 three-pointers. Tobias Harris with 8, Tatum 6, Golden 5, 2 other players with 4. In fact, 11 of the 12 players Tennessee played in the first half all scored. James Washington leads Middle Tennessee with 8 points.
That was the first 8 points that they scored, so Tennessee virtually shut him down the last probably 15, 16 minutes of the half. They've got to get him back in the offense. Washington
outside, Tennessee guarding him with Melvin Goins. On the block, down low it goes. Middle Tennessee puts it up, no good. Tipped around a couple of times, and it's taken away by Goins, and now we have a jump ball. No, they have a foul on Sultan. Well, I thought they were going to call a jump ball, but
Looked like they were kind of tangled up there, but they called a foul. And look, for Middle Tennessee probably will have to come out of that zone defense into their standard man-to-man just to speed the pace of the game up here.
Harris left side, it goes to Tatum. Tatum on the block, Tobias Harris. He tried to throw it to Goins. Goins broke one way, the pass went the other. So Jones takes the pass near midcourt, flips it back over here to Sultan. Rod Emanuel, Jason Jones. They tried to go down low. It was kicked out of bounds by Middle Tennessee plays it in. Otley up no good, muscled it up too hard and dropped out of bounds by Tatum, and Middle's
not high enough up on the board. He tried to bank it, and when you bank it low and not high enough, it comes off a little too hard and it bounced off the rim and came out.
All the way, nice shot, reverse layup by Rod Emanuel, puts Middle on the board first here in the second half. Tennessee quickly down the floor. Middle Tennessee took it away. Emanuel took it away from Goins. Emanuel tried to hit Washington, and they say Tennessee knocked it out of bounds. I'm not so sure they did.
If they did, it was early in that pass, and whoever the defender was, it may have hit his hand on the way out. We'll see if we can catch it right here. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't see it.
Well, as we have said before, we're not going to second guess the officials. That
is a good quick start, good finish, good start to the second half. Middle Tennessee to cut the margin, and Tennessee to keep the momentum going, and when you're up, keep your opponent down and keep building on your lead. And right now, Middle Tennessee has come out a little sharper than Tennessee.
Emanuel's got all 4 points for the Blue Raiders. He has 8 for the game. And it's a 46-27, 19-point lead for Tennessee. Middle and a man-to-man. Goins on the block. And a shoving foul against Trevor Otley.
Hands, it's going to be an automatic foul, and that's what Otley did.
Second foul on Otley. Tennessee will play it in underneath. Harris makes the inbounds toss. There's the lob inside Williams. Nice soft touch in front by Brian Williams at 6'10". Middle had nobody could go up and get it.
Set play all the way. They had a straight line alignment, 4 guys right on the baseline, and they were looking for that play all the way.
And a charge against Elvin Goins works in the front court against Washington. Hobson, and it's stolen, stripped. An easy jam for Jason Jones, and Middle Tennessee is heading to 19 again, 48-29. First points of the game for Jason Jones.
And in that trip down, that's the one thing that probably Scotty Hobson needs to work on as much as anything, and that's ball handling. He's got great explosion. He needs to be able to take the ball with him and not present it to the defender.
Harris gets the follow off the miss by Hobson. 10 points for Tobias Harris.
Great use of the glass there. That's what we're talking about. He got it high up in the white square where it could fall cleanly through.
On the block. Turnaround jumper. Nice job by Trevor Charles. His first points of the game.
First 3.5 minutes of the second half, a much better offensive show by Middle Tennessee State. Better patience, better play running.
Well, they're getting after it on the glass a little bit. A little bit better than they did the first half.
Yeah, better execution, better effort.
Second foul. It was away from the basketball. 4 fouls on the Blue Raiders this half. Inside Harris. Blocked and fouled by Kyle Hunt from behind.
So fundamentally sound. Good technique. really a mature freshman player.
In his first 6 games as a player in his college career, he's been in double figures in every game. That is amazing.
Absolutely. That's that consistency of a mature player where every night he comes and gives you a good performance.
Manuel drops it off inside. Shot no good. Follow no good. Rebounded by John Fields for Tennessee. Here come the Volunteers. Trey Golden had it stripped. Picked up by Harris, who puts it up and in. A little garbage that time for Tobias Harris.
Big guy looking down on the floor. There's the ball. Found it. Put it in. Surprise.
Middle Tennessee again missed it. Ronaldo Woolridge with a rebound. Hobson, baseline, blocked by Sean Jones. And it goes out of bounds. We'll call timeout. We'll take it. Harris has scored the last 6 points for Tennessee, and the Blue Raiders cutting into that lead a little bit. We'll be back to Knoxville right after this.
To esteemed MTSU graduates, I might add.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I love my time up there, but it's a great school, and I don't even recognize it up there now. It's changed so much.
Oh, it's grown so much. It's maybe the largest campus or largest student enrollment in the state now, yeah.
Sean Jones picks up the foul, and again, Tobias Harris goes to the free throw line in the history of Tennessee sports. Great football coach up there. Harris with a second shot. He hit it. He was waiting to get in the building and did not have a pass, and we were standing there, and the security guard would not let him in the building. I said, man, they're going to name the building after this guy tonight. And we had to go get somebody to get it. But that was a special night for Coach Murphy. And they opened up, they played Vanderbilt that night, lost by 12. Foul by Tennessee, and the foul will be against Skylar McBee. That'll be inbounds. It comes. Jason Jones works against Woolridge. Washington, his first open look in a long time, and he canned it.
And that's it. The first open look. Tennessee has really, really stayed on him. They are not playing off of him at all on screens. I mean, they're doubling and switching back. They are trying everything they can to get the ball out of his hands and into other players from Tennessee.
On the block to Fields, here's Woolridge for 3. It's off the back of the rim. Trey Golden gets the rebound, stolen away. Washington quickly up the floor. Jason Jones in the corner. It comes to Emmanuel, and Middle Tennessee will reset it now. 27 on the shot clock. 3-pointer out of the corner, no good, and it will belong to Tennessee as it goes out of bounds. Tobias Harris, Stephen Pearl in the game now for Tennessee. Right side, Trey Golden on the block. Pearl. Trey Golden for 3, in and out. Middle with the rebound. Sean Jones gets it. Middle Tennessee not going away. We're under 14 minutes to go in the game. Sean Jones, little soft fall-away shot over McBee is good, and it's 56-36. Middle Tennessee's Jones with 4, and the Blue Raiders trail by 20.
Excellent step-back move then, too. He stepped in and created some distance between himself and the defender, and there you go with the steal going the other way by Emmanuel.
Rod Emmanuel has 10 points. Middle Tennessee's cut it to 18 now with 13:24 to go in the ball game. On the block down low, Middle Tennessee took it away again. McBee for 3. Yep!
And that helps to cut that run down a little bit because Tennessee getting a little sloppy on this end of the floor. They almost turned it over right then. Skylar with a big 3-pointer.
That ended a drought of 2 minutes and 15 seconds in scoring for Tennessee. Washington, left side it comes to Middle Tennessee. Jones. Sean Jones and Jason Jones both in the game. Pearl stepped in front, intercepted the pass. Trey Golden to McBee, driving the baseline. And he tried to hit Woolridge, and it went out of bounds. In number 35, it's Kyle Hunt. He's back in the game with 3 fouls.
Both teams with at least a 10-man rotation. Play a lot of people, keep them fresh.
On the block, Hunt. Sean Jones back outside. It comes to Gallman. 15 on the shot clock now for the Blue Raiders. Underneath, Gallman up and in. He got it over Skylar McBee. It's 59-40. 19-point lead. 5 points in the game now for Gallman.
Nice pump fake in the lane there to get the defender up in the air, and then he went up after him and laid it in.
Goins drives in the lane, flips it back in the corner. Tatum thought about a three. And a foul before the shot. It'll be against Rod Emanuel, who picked with that. We'll take a timeout. 11:53 to go here in the ball game. Tennessee's got the ball when we come back, and they lead it by 19 over Middle Tennessee at Thompson Bowling Arena. Middle Tennessee not going anywhere. They were down by 23 at halftime. They trail by 19 now with under 12 minutes to go in the game. Some other scores around college basketball in the SEC tonight. Kentucky pretty much having its way with Boston University in the second.
This team right here, Middle Tennessee State, and Middle Tennessee State at one time I think was up by like 17 or 18 points. Auburn did come back and win the game.
Beat them by 2, I think, 68-66. Cameron Tatum, 7 points on the game. Has 8 as he rolled that one around and dropped it in.
There's your searcher of the night right there, Randy. Took a look and dropped it.
I don't think you named it the searcher, I think, but you never had many searchers. All the ones I ever saw you shoot went in. Easy, no searcher.
Any sound other than the net is not a good sound, especially when you're shooting free throws.
Pearl guilty of the foul, his second. Let's take a look.
Hustle foul by Stephen Pearl. I tell you what, he earns his minutes. He knows he's not a scorer. He shares the ball. He rebounds. He defends. He is becoming a leader on this Tennessee basketball team.
Rod Emanuel had it stolen away. Kenny Hall taps it out to Melvin Goins. Here comes Tennessee. 15 turnovers for the night on Middle. Tatum down the lane. Hall had it stripped away. Middle got the ball back. Jimmy Oden. Rod Emanuel's open for 3. He missed it. Long rebound controlled by Tatum. You see the foul on the floor as Goins is fouled by Sean Jones of Middle Tennessee, and he'll get 2 shots.
Nice choice there by Cameron Tatum coming down. He brings the ball down the floor. He sees that he does not have an advantage, pulls it back out. Hits Melvin Goins, who goes high into the air and gets fouled on the basket.
3rd foul on Sean Jones. Goins has only 2 points tonight. Washington, and when he's guarded him, has done a pretty good job, but he's only attempted 3. And he missed that first free throw.
And you know, that's been a real strong suit of his. He's a good free throw shooter. I think he's been about 84% coming into the game tonight. That is really key out of your point guard, your main ball handler. If he is a real trusted free throw shooter, at the end of games, you put the ball in his hands, it's going to win a lot of basketball games for you.
Tennessee as a team has hit 14 out of 19 from the line. Goins hits 1 out of 2, and it's a 22-point Tennessee lead now. 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Pearl tapped it, saved, and then there's an offensive foul as Pearl took an elbow from Charles. 3 fouls on Trevor Charles, and Pearl is okay. I thought he might be bleeding a little bit, but he's all right. Watch this vicious elbow right here.
Trying to clear space, and you know there's a ruling, and he's going to the officials are going to take a look at this, and they have the ability to call that a flagrant foul.
Well, Pearl's okay. Tell you what, you could have hit him with a hammer and you wouldn't hurt him. I guarantee you. He's built like a Mack truck.
He is. He's tough and he's strong. He spent his time away. One of the strongest players on the team, maybe the strongest player on the team. Coach Pearl likes to say when he first came here, he himself, Coach Pearl, was the strongest player on the team.
Middle Tennessee coaches. Tobias Harris will shoot the free throws, and he misses the first. He'll get another. He's probably shooting for Pearl, who
He is, and Stephen Pearl has bleeding on his elbow, so he has to be removed from the floor so he can substitute for him.
Harris hits 1 out of 2. Now Tennessee gets the ball. 17 points for Tobias Harris.
I think that's a case there where maybe the opposing coach gets to choose the free throw shooter that shoots in lieu of Stephen Pearl.
Kenny Hall's got it. Tobias Harris out front. 10:50 to go. And Tennessee's lead 23 again. Stolen away. Middle Tennessee's got the ball back. That's Jason Jones who brings it into the front court. Jimmy Oden working against Tobias Harris. Boy, there's a mismatch. Oden 6'3", Harris 6'7". An air ball for a 3, rebounded by Hall. Here comes Tennessee. Tobias Harris. Couldn't find anything open, so he'll bring it back out with 22 on the shot clock. In the lane, Hall. Nice soft touch. The one-hander by Kenny Hall.
Really a nice looking offensive move. Kept his entire body, the width of his body, in between himself and the defensive player, and laid up a nice soft hook shot over the front of the rim.
9th ball to score in the game, Kenny Hall. Gallman on the block. Hunt had it knocked away. I could tell when he went up with 3 guys, he wasn't going to get that one off. Here's a great shot. The pass from Hobson to Kenny Hall for the layup. And a reach-in foul against Melvin Goins. That's his 3rd foul, and he picked up 2 in the first 5 minutes of the game. And that's the only foul since then.
Here's that play coming down where Cam Tatum will squeeze that pass in between a little no-looker, and they get the bucket at the other end.
3 assists in the game now for Tatum, who I said Hobson, but it was Cameron Tatum. Must be dyslexic. One's 32, the other's 23. So.
I think we've been through that before.
Yeah. Jason Jones, right side, Rod Emanuel, down to 9:19 to go in the game. Here's Otley, and he finally got one to go in. Trevor Otley, 1 out of 5 from the floor. That's his first point.
That's a pick and roll offensive play. Good dish by Goins inside to Kenny Hall, showing some offense for the Hawks.
Kenny Hall scored the last 6 points for Tennessee as he got that one, and now a timeout with 8:59 to go here in the ball game. Tennessee with a 27-point lead, 69-42, and Coach Bruce Pearl is upset with something. I have no idea, but we'll find out when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be back to Knoxville right after this. The beat of their own drummer. 69-42, a 27-point lead with just under 9 minutes to go in the ballgame. And Coach Bruce Pearl with his team and a timeout. Very upset with something. His team up by 27. I have no idea what it would be, but
it's what he calls a teaching moment. No matter the score, a teaching moment.
Otley hands it off to Emanuel. They whip it around the horn. Kerry Hammond's in the game. There's Otley, who missed it. No good. Tip no good. Otley had the rebound, but a foul. Kenny Hall gets the foul. It's his first foul on the 6'9" sophomore. 5 team fouls on Tennessee. Still a lot of time in the game, but Tennessee's 27-point lead may be a little bit much to overcome, but Middle is not quit. And a foul. It'll be against Cameron Tatum, who knocked Kyle Hunt to the floor. And I think Maxwell was just waiting to see if he could recover because it wasn't much of a push, but when he hit the floor, you either had to call a travel or a foul.
Exactly. You have to make that call, even though it was just kind of an off-balance bump. He did put him to the floor. It was a good call, the correct call.
Left side, the three-pointer is there. It's a 2, however, by Jason Jones. Foot was just inside the line. Nice no-look pass from Trey Golden to Hall, but Hall hammered going up, so Hall gets 2 shots. Foul was on Jones, and that's his third. 10 team fouls now on Middle Tennessee in this half, so Tennessee's in the double bonus with 8:21 to go.
And trying to tighten up that defense and pressure Tennessee a little bit, cut down on the time of possession and maybe get turnovers. It will cause you to commit more fouls. You're playing a more aggressive style of defense, and you challenge, and you're going to make fouls.
Second shot by Kenny Hall. He got that one to go through. Hall's going to come out of the game. I'd still say he's playing a little tentative, don't you? I mean, he's.
Yeah, I think so. You can even see it in his body language. He's probably not all the way back 100%. But tonight, a very good effort came in. He scored well. What did he get at 7 points? And came in and gave Tennessee a good amount of minutes when he was in the game. He was productive.
Scored 7 points in a row for Tennessee. Hit 1 out of 2 free throws. And a steal. Trey Golden intercepted it away from Emanuel, and then Ron Emanuel fouls him going up. Emanuel picked up his 4th foul, but he thinks he made a good defensive play.
I tell you what, great anticipation on the part of Trey Golden, and I can promise you that the Tennessee staff likes to see that. As he gets minutes in backing up Melvin Goins, a big part of it is on the defensive end of the floor and stepping in there and being a good defender, just like Goins is.
And Golden missed the first free throw. He gets another. 70-44. One out of 2 for Trey Golden. He's got 6. And it's a 27-point game again. 71-44. Jones out front, Emanuel. Crossover dribble down the lane, blocked by Williams, but a foul, and it will be against Trevor Otley of Middle Tennessee. 3rd foul on Otley, and we go to the other end, but not before we'll take a timeout. We step aside with 7:46 to go in the game. Tennessee comfortably on their way to their 6th win of the year. Lead, 7:46 to go, and Tennessee has shown no lapse in any way, no drop off after that NIT preseason championship win. In fact, they're playing very, very good basketball.
Came out very strong in the first half. I know Coach Pearl likes to see that. You got to expect a little bit of slide in the second half just because of the margin, but they've picked it back up, increased the lead a little bit. A lot of things to build on. You know, they started out the year and they had some disappointments there. It was, you know, they were a caterpillar early and now they're a butterfly. They had the bad loss to Indianapolis, and that's in the past. And now they're playing their best ball.
Tennessee now 19 of 28 from the free throw line. Kyle Hunt never left his feet, but Harris took it away anyway. 3-on-3. Hobson works, and it knocked away, goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Tennessee with 7:22 to go in the game. Trevor Charles and JT Sultan back in the game now for Middle Tennessee.
Tennessee in that straight line again, alignment, 4 guys close to the baseline and straight across. You get a lot of away from the ball screens here as they try to shake somebody open for something close.
Harris will inbound. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Hobson, a long 3, off no good. Williams got the rebound, flips it back to Trey Golden out front. 8 rebounds on the game for Brian Williams.
And that was a good one right there. A good aggressive rebound. Went after the ball hard.
Foul on Jason Jones. It's his 4th. And that will send Scotty Hobson back to the free throw line. Jason Jones with 4 fouls. Tennessee has been in the double bonus for a while. And his first one is good. 16 for Scotty Hobson. Second one on the way. It's good. 2 out of 2 for Hobson, who's got 17. And Tennessee now with a 30-point lead, their biggest of the night.
Scotty's had a good night shooting the basketball from the field and the foul line. And that's 16, 17, 18 points a game. That's where they need him every night. They need that consistently, especially as they move into the SEC part of the schedule.
Sultan shot blocked by Harris, rebounded by Williams. Golden back to Hobson. Hobson out front. Tennessee being very patient now with 6:36 to go in the game and 20 on the shot clock. Hobson down to 8 on the shot clock. Hobson works out front, puts it on the floor, and he's tripped going in.
Tennessee with a big size advantage with Hobson and Harris out front. The guys guarding them give up some considerable size there, so Tennessee's got good ball handlers and clear passing lanes visually as they hold the ball on the perimeter.
Foul was on James Gallman. Hobson back to the free throw line, and he hits 18 for Scotty Hobson. Hobson gets one more. No good. Harris, the follow, no good. Harris again, back to Hobson. Tennessee's got it back now with 6:12 to go. In the corner, Harris. Yes, a three for Tobias Harris.
That guy's got the package now. He's really a player. Positions himself to get the rebound, fades to the corner, receives the pass, sets, shoots, hits the three-pointer.
Rod Emanuel on the block. Back to Emanuel. Three-pointer out front by Sultan is good. 8 points for JT Sultan, sophomore from Yazoo City, Mississippi. Reverse layup by Golden, misses. Emanuel with a rebound. Middle Tennessee with the numbers, but now they back out of there. Sultan misses out front, rebounded by Tennessee. Trey Golden into the front court with 5:16 to go. On the block, Harris had it knocked away, but saved and put in by Scotty Hobson, who's got 19. Tennessee with each team with 3 substitutions set to check in. 4:54 to go. Tobias Harris now with a career high 21 points for Tennessee. As Woolridge, McBee, and Pearl will check in for the Volunteers.
Here we see that shot from the corner by Tobias Harris. We were talking about the three-pointer. Good range, good vision, sets himself up well. And again, as I mentioned, an hour and a half before the game, he's out here with a feeder, taking repetitive shots from outside, from inside, from the free throw line. This is one guy who is determined to be a good basketball player. We heard this in the preseason, that coming in as a freshman, that he worked as hard as anybody they had ever had in the preseason program.
Well, he's had a great night statistically. He's got 21 points, which we said was a career high. He's hit 6 out of 10 from the floor, 2 out of 2 3-pointers. He's got 6 rebounds, and he's hit 7 out of 9 free throws. Pretty good night's work. Rod Emanuel. Jason Jones, Trevor Otley out front. Washington got a pick but couldn't use it. I mean, Tennessee was just moving too quick. Emanuel.
Good step out by Stephen Pearl to take his path away from it.
Shot clock violation almost hit Middle Tennessee, but the shot by Emanuel went out. Right about the time the buzzer went off. Woolridge gets hit with the personal foul, his first. And Trevor Otley will go to the line for Middle Tennessee with a 1-and-1. Off the left hand, it rolls off, no good. Kenny Hall, who's back in the game, gets the rebound. Trey Golden, right side to Stephen Pearl between the circles. 4:13 to go in the ball game. Middle Tennessee is going to drop to 3 and 4 unless they can pull off a miracle here in the last 4 minutes of the game. I don't think it's possible. Rod Emanuel with the basketball out front. Around the corner, Jimmy Oden off the pick. Otley down to 18 on the shot clock. Out front it comes Washington. Great no-look pass. Great ball movement by Middle Tennessee, but the shot wouldn't go. The foul will be on Kenny Hall. That's his second foul. And we'll take a timeout. 3:38 to go as we step aside here from Thompson-Boling Arena. Tennessee in front, 80-47. Let's take a look now at the Wendy's game summary for tonight. Tennessee has pretty much dominated this game except for one stretch early in the first half when Middle Tennessee went on a 10-0 run or something like that. They're shooting 10% better from the floor. Tremendous amount of fouls, 41 total fouls, 25 against Middle, 16 against Tennessee. The Volunteer bench has played very well, 23 points, and as you can see, Washington and Emanuel lead Middle Tennessee offensively, and that's been just about it for them.
And Harris and Hobson with a really big night, 40 between them. I promise you they'll take that every game.
Sean Jones hits the first foul shot. He gets another. It's his first point of the game. Second shot off that left hand. Good. Middle Tennessee's got a lot of left-handed kids. Middle Tennessee's bench was averaging about 31 points per game. Tonight they have 10.
Now they've got some work to do as they head into the Sun Belt. You know, last year they were 19-13 and had a good season, and they'll be ready to play when the Sun Belt season. They're athletic. They'll be ready to play.
Out front, Trey Golden, 8 on the shot clock. Just over 3 minutes to go in the game. 5 on the shot clock. Trey Golden pulls up and fires from out front. Rip. A 2. That one was about a foot short of being a 3. 8 points for Trey Golden.
Terrific use of the shot clock, taking it all the way down and scoring at the end of it. You can't do it much better than that.
And the pass goes out of bounds. Middle Tennessee commits an unforced turnover. Their 18th of the ball game. Otley comes out, and coming in is James Gallman. Tennessee with the ball, 2:45 to go. Trey Golden, right side, down on the block. Hall, but he was being held by Sean Jones, and Jones is fouled out of the game. Or is that 4?
Like he grabbed the jersey from the back there. Kenny Hall had him beaten, so he took what he could in his hand and at least kept him from scoring. You know, now you got to earn it at the foul line, so Kenny Hall goes up there for 2.
4th foul on Jones. Foul shot by Kenny, no good. So the foul worked, but I don't know with a 33-point lead late in the game it really matters. 2:40 to go. Kermit Davis not happy with the outcome of this game, I'm sure.
Kermit Davis, the son of Kermit Davis, great basketball coach at Mississippi State University. Had a big hand in a good program down there, so his coaching legacy is honest.
Ballman with 2:22 to go. Long lob, no good. The shot by Sean Jones, but he's going to get 2 shots after. Second shot good by Jones. Stephen Pearl into the front court now for the Volunteers. Hubert, 2:06 to go. Woolridge puts it on the floor, drives, lost his balance and the basketball. Picked up by the Blue Raiders. Washington, quick 3, no good.
Tennessee has just kept him from being able to get any shots tonight, especially after that fast start he was off to. He just has not had any open looks at all.
Woolridge bounced it off his foot out of bounds. Ball goes back to Middle Tennessee with 1:44 to go. Zane Gibson, a 6'2 freshman from Chattanooga. Coming in, and the cheer is for Tyler Summit, number 14. James Washington. Out front, Gibson drops it off to Gallman. 1:32 to go in the game. Gibson bounces it down low. Sean Jones spins, shoots, draws the foul. And of course, they're wanting Tyler Summit to get the basket. Stephen Pearl, 20 on the shot clock. Summit's got it. 7. And Hubert misses. The long shot goes out of bounds. It'll belong to... A foul will be on Middle Tennessee, or actually Tennessee. Foul's on Kenny Hall. He's got a decent team. They're gonna do okay.
Yeah, they'll be better.
42 seconds to go. John Fields. They're looking for Summit. In fact, he's guarded by Middle Tennessee's walk-on. Summit for 3. Yes! Tyler Summit.
That's terrific. That's terrific. For those of you who don't know, Coach Pat Summit's son.
I doubt he'll sleep much tonight.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
3 seconds to go in the game, and that's going to do it. 86 to 55. Tennessee with a 31-point victory at home over Middle Tennessee. The Volunteers shoot 50% from the floor. Got career highs of 21 from Tobias Harris, and they forced 19 turnovers. And they got a three-pointer by Tyler Summit. We'll be back to talk to winning head coach Bruce Pearl in just a moment. Tennessee wins it 86 to 55 over Middle Tennessee. 86 to 56, a 30-point win for the Volunteers tonight as they get 21 from Tobias Harris, 19 more from Scotty Hobson. Let's go down to the floor with head coach Bruce Pearl. Here's Bill's Justice.
Coach Pearl, congratulations on a good win. I know you were concerned about coming off the big win in the media city, New York. Yeah. Tell us about tonight's game.
Well, I thought we played well defensively for the most part. I think what Middle does is very hard to guard. They do a great job with their ball screen stuff. I think Kermit's got a really nice ball club. They're going to be good. Obviously, we're beginning to play well together. And, it's a very good sign that we could come home after the big win and still play with great passion and intensity.
And got a lot of effort out of a lot of guys, everybody up and down the roster. You did a great job defensively, half court now. Your concentration's there. You're causing people a lot of trouble with your half court defense.
Well, and we got to get better in the half court. We got good size, and the closer we get to the basket, the better we look. I thought offensively we turned it over too often, unforced, and we got to do a better job of dribble penetrating and spoon feeding and getting guys better shots. But I thought overall it was a nice effort.
Still got some challenges ahead before you get to the SEC. Toughest schedule in the country, or second toughest schedule in the country. Looking ahead, what's your next step to improve?
Well, we got Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh now. Finals, first off. We got to get these guys into class and papers and exams and get that all taken care of. And then go to Pittsburgh in the Big East SEC Challenge. That'll be a big step up for us, a real physical basketball team. When we come home in December, we got 5 really good teams coming in. USC and College of Charleston, Oakland University. Got to go to Charlotte for a road game in there. So, there aren't many sisters of the poor like Mr. G said, left on our schedule.
No, and in basketball, as you know, anybody can beat you on a given night. Everybody's got good athletes. Everybody's got good players now.
Right. Key is the kind of play, and a team that wants it the most, a team that deserves victory ought to get it, and we wanted it bad tonight.
Coach Pearl, congratulations. We go back to Randy Smith now. Tennessee wins.
All right, thank you, Bill. Tennessee with a victory. The Volunteers now 6-0 on the year as they score an 86-56 win over Middle Tennessee tonight. The Blue Raiders dropped to 3-4 on the year. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. For Bill Justice and our great crew here at Thompson Bowling Arena on a winning night in Big Orange Country, I'm Randy Smith saying good night, everybody.
Ever